Let's keep going with our voice tips series. I'm Jennifer Tarle with Tarle Speech, here to help you sound clear and confident when you are speaking American English. Over the last few weeks, we've talked about breath support and voice projection and resonance, or where your voice vibration originates. We are continuing today with pitch. So, what is pitch? Pitch is the high and the low and the everything in between when we are speaking. Every language has pitch rules. Some languages use pitch differently in words to create a different meaning. English uses pitch with stress to make words sound different. When we have the word record, I am going to stress syllable number 2 by making it louder, making the vowel longer, and making the pitch higher. That would change the word from record to record. Again, I'm changing 3 things. Pitch is one of them. So pitch can change the meaning of a word in English. We also use pitch over the entire sentence to highlight words and to tell our listener whether we're asking a question that requires a quick answer or if we are finished and we are going to tell you more, or if we expect a longer answer from you. The main pitch pattern that I want to talk about today is sentence level pitch. And most of the time in English, the main pattern is falling pitch at the end of a sentence. I am going to use falling pitch when I give you a direction. Go to the store. Buy the milk. Practice. I am also going to use falling pitch when I'm just giving general statements. Pitch is the high and the low of your voice. And I am going to use pitch that falls when I ask a WH question, when I expect a longer answer. Why are you going there? Where is the pumpkin spice latte for sale? I am using falling pitch on all of those. So again, I'm using falling pitch on statements, falling pitch on WH questions, and falling pitch on directions. We do use rising pitch in English, but we tend to use it when we are asking for a quick answer. Do you want the coffee? Which one do you want? Red or black? So I'm using that rising pitch to clue you in that I want you to give me a quick answer. I also use pitch when I want to emphasize something. I'm going to make that word a little bit higher, louder, and longer. So we tend to use 3 things to emphasize words in a sentence. Of course, today we were talking about pitch, so let's think about that. I want you to go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and a stick of butter. That's very different than I want you to buy a slice of bread, a quart of milk, and a pat of butter. So I'm using that pitch in conjunction with being louder and longer to stress what is important in a sentence. And last, I am going to use pitch variations to sound less boring and more interesting and more exciting. So I am going to vary my pitch in a sentence. I mainly do this by focusing on some words with my pitch and loudness and length, and then less using those 3 things on my other words. So I would say my cup has red, white, and blue stars. So I'm stressing certain words. I stressed a lot of words in that example. I could say something like, hello, my name is Jennifer. I am an English coach, not a physical fitness coach. I could also use pitch changes to grab your attention and say things like, hey, listen, please. So pitch changes will alert our attention. So again, we use pitch to mainly fall at the end of a sentence to let people know that we expect a long answer or them to do something, or we're going to continue talking. We use pitch rises when we know we want a quick answer. We use emphasis with our pitch to help people focus on what we think is important or what we want them to focus on. And we also use pitch variations to sound more interesting or to gain someone's attention. So, to recap all of our voice tips so far, we are going to use good breath support, good projection, touching someone with our words. We are going to use good resonance, starting our vibration in our chest. And then we are going to use pitch variations. And we are going to use those sort of as grammatical markers and highlighting words while we are speaking. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know which one of these you are going to use to be more clear and confident when you are speaking English. Thanks so much, everyone. Join me next week. We're going to wrap up and talk about tone.